channel. Today we're going to be making what I would call a modern classic, definitely. It's called the Bramble. It's pretty easy. We've got 4 ingredients, one of which is citrus, so nice and simple. Now, this cocktail was invented by a man called Dick Bradsell in London in a club in Soho in the 80s. Now, if you know cocktails at all, you've probably heard of Dick Bradsell. He was pretty famous as the guy who kind of created the cocktail resurgence in London around that time. If you've ever had an espresso martini, that was coined by him, as well as a whole host of other drinks. So for this drink, we're going to be using 2 ounces of dried gin, 1 ounce of lemon juice, half an ounce of simple syrup, and half an ounce of, he specifies creme de mure, which is blackberry, always get blackberry and blackcurrant confused, blackberry liqueur. Now, what I like to use, and I've seen used a lot of times, is this little guy called chambord. This is French. It's made from black raspberries, which I assume are rather similar to blackberries, and it comes in such a quaint little bottle, so I would recommend this. It looks lovely on your bar and tastes delicious. This drink is one of those classic drinks that if you go out anywhere in the UK to any bar, there's going to be a Bramble available, and it's delicious. You can't go wrong with it. Definitely give it a try. And I think for Americans it's maybe not so popular, so I thought I'd put this out here and share this delicious drink with you. So it's traditionally served over crushed ice, but I don't have any crushed ice, and it's a lot of work to make crushed ice. So if you have some, definitely use it. I'm just going to pour it over a big cube instead. Yes, one other thing, the name of the drink, I knew there was something else that I was forgetting. The drink is called the Bramble because he wanted to make an English drink, and Dick Bradsell grew up on the Isle of Wight and spent his childhood picking blackberries. And I don't know if this doesn't resonate with American viewers, but if you were a child in the UK, then you definitely went and did this as an activity if you had any access to the countryside. And the bushes that the blackberries would grow on in the wild are called brambles. They're very spiky, but it's kind of worth it for how delicious the fruit is. If you ever went on, a hike or a walk or anything, then you'd be trying to stuff your face with blackberries. There was nothing more frustrating than going for a walk when the blackberries have started to fruit, but they're not ripe yet. And they're just sour little horrible sour bombs. Anyway, so that's where the name came from. He wanted to use something that was very English, and it created a delicious drink. So now there's only a tiny bit left. I'm going to throw that in. So with the crushed ice, the effect that you get, you basically shake these first 3 ingredients, and then you drizzle this over the top at the end. And when you have the crushed ice, it kind of staggers down the glass and looks really pretty, but unfortunately, we will just have to make do without the visual effects. So it's kind of just like an amped up gin sour, really. So as per usual, we're going to shake for 10 to 15 seconds. Okay. Now I'm going to double strain. I think it's just become my preference for drinks that have citrus in them. If you have any blackberries for garnish, that would be lovely. I don't, so I'm just going to garnish with... What am I doing? I don't have a strainer. Well, we'll just have to make do with 1 strainer today. Yeah, if I had some blackberries, would definitely use, but I think a lemon slice will do. Okay, so next, let's go in with this drizzle. This stuff is so good. I mean, it smells like fruit pastels, if you ever had them. I think this guy has definitely seen better days in terms of the sunlight has kind of knocked his colour off a little bit. So the colour of the drink isn't quite what it would be. I know you can also use creme de cassis if you don't have creme de mure, so I might sort of spike it up a little bit with some creme de cassis to kind of amp up the colour. Anyway, let's garnish with a little lemon wheel. And there you have it. A slightly bastardized bramble. Cheers. Smells good. Wow, that tastes like my teenage years for sure. You can't go wrong. It's like a gin sour, but with a little extra hint of fruitiness in there. It was designed as a springtime drink, but I think it's lovely in the summer as well. You know, you could garnish with any berries that you wanted. That is just simple, classic, and delicious. Cheers. I will see you next week where we'll be making another cocktail. And yeah, give it a go if you can. So just a reiteration, it will be either chambord, crème de mûre, which is blackberry liqueur, or crème de cassis, which is blackcurrant liqueur. So if you enjoyed that, please hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you next week for another video.